So I made a quick video earlier. You can go check it out in my shorts if you want. But I wanted to just kind of elaborate a little bit more. Some people need it deeply explained, and other people just kind of get it, which is no problem at all. We all learn differently. So that's the reason for this longer version. Um, so yeah, let's get straight into it. Basically, what I was saying in this video was that when you are in this split space, this space that is in between that old self and that old life and the new self and embodying the new self and life, when you're in between that, you think that it's going to be a short period, and it's really fucking not. You think that sometimes, because you get like little glimpses of that new life that is coming in, you get the feeling within your body first, you get the intuition, the nudges first. And I don't know if you relate to me, but my saying for myself was that I always show up early to my life. So maybe that's something that you feel, even if you have never like verbalized it that way. Maybe you've always felt like you show up early to your life. Like for me, I would visit places and I would feel drawn to something. And then a year later, it's like, that makes sense now because this is the place I was supposed to start X, Y, and Z, or this is the place I was supposed to meet that person, or that's just an example. So showing up early to my life constantly because my body and my intuition knows that it's coming, has that hunch, knows that it's right. Do you get what I mean? So, but because you are on your journey, you are in that, it's a weird space because it's a preparation phase. So it's preparing you like these little, what feels like nitpicky lessons because it's never one based lesson when you're here. It's like that kind of, you see what I'm getting? I'm seeing somebody kind of being like putting on their coat and they're strapping up and they're grabbing their keys and they're getting different things and they're putting it in their pocket, and it's kind of like you're collecting the final tools before you step out completely of this in between and into the embodying of the new space. So you're collecting everything that you need on the way out. You're in this preparation phase on one side, and then the other side of it, like I said, it does feel like it's like a split because you're in this in between. So you're in a space where it feels very much so like waiting and preparation at the same time. So it's not really hard work, but the hard work is being able to perceive the lessons, perceive the tools. Is being able to have a whole new perspective on things. Right now, your perspectives, your mindset is in total preparation to receive all of the sustainable outcomes of everything that you've done that's accumulated to this point, if that makes sense. So what I was basically saying in that message was, in this split, in this in between space, because you feel so split, it's like in the past, you probably felt like you had to work harder to get out of this phase, to get out of the in between, or you felt like you had to really do more and be more in order to actually get somewhere. Because sometimes when you're not used to peace, when you're not used to calm, when you're not used to having to work so hard, that whole survival rat race, running around, going nowhere fast kind of way of living, when you're used to that, you're not used to the whole peaceful, calm, you can chill, you can slowly learn the lessons. It's kind of like, I'm seeing just weird things in my head. So bear with me. Let me just try and interpret it. It's kind of like, yes, thank you. It's kind of like what they're showing me is one person who has a book, well, it's two people that have a book, but the one person on the right that has the book, it's like you know how you just kind of skim over words and you're missing things, but you're racing to finish, you're racing to figure out and sum everything up. That was you. That was the old you. But this new split version of you is asking you to slow down and digest the book. It's asking you to read it word for word and kind of and not even dissect, because dissect is more of a doing. It's an ingestion. It's like it's asking you to allow the unraveling of things, but to slow. Do you see, like, even my words are starting to slow down? To allow the unraveling, to slow down, to honor. I love that. Honor your pace. Honor your pace. You're in a beautiful space right now, but I'm here to also talk about the fact that it is frustrating. I know it's frustrating. So that's what led me to, with my own example, which I will share, that's what led me to doing that short earlier. Basically saying, when you're in this space, yeah. And I've even had days, in the past where I've literally started crying. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand who I am, where I'm going, what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know left from right. I don't know up from down. I don't know in from out. I don't know a circle from a square at this point. It gets that confusing and you get that lost within yourself and outside of yourself. And you're kind of paralyzed in a sense. Yeah, and I'm sorry if this relates to you, because I honestly, I'm here to say that I feel you and I completely understand. But here's my advice anyway. But yeah, you feel very entangled within yourself and you're just like, I don't know anymore. First off, the first step is for you to reach that point so that you can completely release. Because if you're anything like me, you hold on to things very tightly. You don't know how to let go because you love understanding and knowing and having control. You feel like you know where you're going and you know what you're doing. And that gives you that sense of security. And it's time to let that go. So that's the beginning of it. It is that lesson of surrender. The lesson of surrender. It's kind of like, going back to the person putting on their coat and getting their keys and putting their chapstick in their pocket, getting ready to leave the house. It's that acceptance of, I'm going to have to leave the house. So that's the beginning. And then you reach this point where you're just like, what am I supposed to do now? Now that I've accepted that I need to let go and I need to flow, now the peace starts rolling in. The peace sets in. And then it becomes a threat. So then you start to get in this order. This is how I felt it anyway. So let me know down in the comments if you felt it in this order as well. But how I felt it was that after that acceptance, that breakdown, and the realization and the acceptance came, then the peace rolled in. And personally, I started to get anxious. I started to get anxious for no reason. It's like my nervous system was not used to not having anything to do, not having anybody to answer to, just the peace in general, nothing to worry about. Something must be wrong. You know what I mean? So I got to that point. Now, then you get to this point where you're still in the confusion and you're battling. It's kind of like waves in the ocean. It's like it can be calm and they're like, okay, yeah, peace is nice. Peace is nice. Okay, this is good. I'm having a good day. And then you get like one of the random big waves that come over your head. And you're just like, again, I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? Where am I going? What's the purpose of all this? Trust me, you're not alone, babes. So when you're in those motions and you are really split and you're feeling like, what is the sense of all this? I've had times where I've broken down and cried. I've had times where I kind of feel a bit angry with God. I have times where I talk to myself a lot, guys. I talk to myself. I talk to my guides. I talk to direct source. I talk out loud, because that's just what I do. You don't have to do that, but that's what I do. But it's times where I actually got frustrated and I'm talking out loud, me and God, and I'm saying, what is going on? Like, what, like nothing is moving. Why isn't it moving? Like, I'm pretty sure like you told me to do this. I've been obeying. Like, so what's happening? Why am I still waiting? Why is it still this long that I'm waiting? So I'm here to tell you this. This is my advice. Personally, I am building something. I'm not just, this is my place to share. And this is my place where I just said, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to share myself on here with no expectation, with no, I don't care about the outcome. I'm just going to share myself, and whoever I'm received by, that is a gift. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is the gift to me. I'm received by you. But I'm building something within my life. And it is very much so that I have carved my path for years without knowing that I was carving my path. But now I can see that I'm carving my path and I'm building this. And sometimes I feel like I've been knocked off of my pedestal because I'm like, this path is so weird. Like, who am I to divert from the path that people expect me to be on? Who am I to carve a whole new one? Who am I to lead by example? Who am I to be a leader and a teacher in general? But every single time that I questioned who I am, why am I doing this? Why is nothing happening? Even after the cry, it's that peace. It's like after I finally released the anger and the wait, you heard that? When I finally released the anger and the emotion and the buildup, the anxiety, all of that grief and sadness, it moved out of the way. That was my indicator. And once I allowed it to flow, like you allow the thoughts to flow when you're meditating, I allowed it to flow out of the way. And then there came clarity. And it was not clarity like, this is what you need to do. It was clarity that every single time I found repeatedly that this thing, this path that I am carving, it kept popping in my head. And it was just like, I cried and I grieved, and then I had the peaceful time and the peaceful, like quiet, reflective time where I actually turned on the curiosity. And then as I looked at the question and waited for the answer out of curiosity, every single time the same answer came out. And it was literally just like, keep working on this, keep creating, keep making things, keep being inspired to create. Now, the question that you need to come up with for yourself is, what is that for you? I cannot be the only one who, maybe I'm the one recognizing it, but I can't be the only one who experiences that. It always goes back to one thing. So I do know some creators on here. So imagine you've had a hard time and you're thinking like, why aren't things changing? And you have a really, rough evening where you're frustrated, you're angry. You know what I mean? You're just kind of like, not disappointed, discouraged, even whether you cry or you don't, when you reach that point of curiosity, allow your thoughts to flow and figure out what it is that God is asking you to keep doing, where it is that he's asking you to continue to be creative. So, like I said, with the content creators, do you find that God is asking you, to go and make another video? Oh, go and make another video. Oh, or it's not even, that's the thing. What I'm trying to say is that it's not even like you've been told, go make a video. It's not a step that you've been told. Usually I am just shown myself doing my thing. So if you don't know me, yeah. I'm a massage therapist by trade. I am trained in crystal healing, Reiki healing, things like that, psychic surgery, all that. But I absolutely love dance. It's been a part of my life. I have now carved my path over the last few years. And now, just last year, summer, I've started my own practice. So I teach dance now. And it's something that I'm trying to build artistically. And I'm so passionate about it, but it's so easy when you feel discouraged to forget the passion. because you're so entangled within your own thoughts and your own feelings. As soon as I reach a point where I've cried it all out, or where I've stopped being frustrated, where I sit with myself, I allow the peace and the stillness to come in, the curiosity peaks. Every single time I get like flashbacks of me teaching in class, or I get flashbacks of, ideas that I wanted to put out. And it's never telling me a step. It's kind of just like, keep going, just keep creating, keep pulling that out of you, because this is the path. It's like it's being shown the path again and again and again and again. You don't need to know every step, is what I need to remind you as well. You don't need to know every step. God is letting you know that He is putting one stone in front of your foot. One stone. A marathon starts with one step. God is going to put one stone, and you don't need to know how far you're going or how near you're going. You don't need to know how long it's going to take. It's not about that. That's what you're being prepared for. Forget the outcomes, forget the time, even forget the waiting. Because even being in this space of where you feel like you're waiting, feel like, what could you be doing? You could be filling that time with pouring into yourself in ways that you never have before. So if you ever find yourself, quote unquote, waiting, what can you do to pour into yourself? And that includes the creations that come out of you, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna cut it off real soon, but this is what I want to say, yeah? The whole point of this message was so that the next time that you feel the way that you feel, remember this video and monitor your thoughts, monitor what it's like, be open and receptive when you're being upset, because you will, like I did myself, find the pattern in all this. Every time that you ask, why am I doing this? Why isn't anything changing? You get the same answer. God showing you your path. God showing you everything that you're creating and everything that is leading you down a more passionate and purposeful and fulfilling life. You get me? So I really hope this has helped someone. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so honored to have you. My name is Genesis, or Jenny Wren. Call me Jen. And I am just here to spread the light. I can't say that I'm one thing. That's one thing that I have been told by God. I need to stop with the labels, and I need to stop trying to put myself in a box, and the more that I try to understand myself, why am I saying this? Maybe somebody needs to hear this. I don't know. But the more that I try to understand myself is the more that I try to understand myself and define myself. Thank you. Is the more that I'm cutting myself off at the limbs, is what I'm hearing. It's like I'm trying to really squash myself in, when what I need to do is spread myself out. It's the more that I am, it's the more that I am limiting my totality. So maybe somebody needed to hear that as well. Maybe stop trying to define who you are and what you do, and stop trying to make it a brand, because you are the brand. Stop trying to figure out which box you fit in. Stop trying to find a box to fit in. It's just about you showing up as you. It's about the universe and God being able to experience life through you, the beauty that you are. So somebody needed to hear that, obviously. But yes, I love y'all. I'm going to leave it here. Yeah, almost 20 minutes later. I love you. I feel you. I see you. I am you. Thank you for being here. Like and subscribe if you feel called to. I wouldn't even say hit the notification bell, because I love for people to find my messages when they're meant to find them. So don't worry about hitting the notification bell. God will send you my messages if I am meant to be received by you. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one.